If you don't hire me, how do I get the experience, bro? It's like putting pepper in my eye. I applied to over 50 jobs. This job almost took me out.
All that I need is here right now. And you were a queen, so here's your crown. Maybe there's no maybe. I know that you're the one for me. And would you be my
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Jeanette is the name, and thank you so much for tuning in. I'm here to share my first job in America as a Ghanaian with y'all. I'm here to share the good side, the bad side, ugly sides of it, just in case you plan on traveling to the USA, you wouldn't be overwhelmed or you wouldn't be shocked at all. So if you're interested in this video, do not go anywhere and keep on watching. So I have a whole playlist on my travel from Ghana to America and some of the struggles I've been through. I talked to you guys about OPT, school, work. Check the description box below, you can find it. Let me talk about when I came to the United States. I've been here for almost a decade, okay? So I've been through the ups and the downs. I came specifically for school. I was in Benedict College and I was a biology major, and I enjoyed my time there. It was a lot of ups and downs, but we went through it. We ended up coming out as the best student. When I was given my visa, the chair was so ding. It's not for employment, it's just for school. That meant I couldn't work. If you've gotten your I-20, then that means that go to the embassy and then you get your visa. But then again, they ask for your sponsors if you have somebody who's going to take care of you. I had all of that, but then when I came here, I got to a point I just wanted to work. And you get OPT, I think you get a year to work. You get to work on campus, and even if you want to work off campus, you have to find something in your field. When I came in the first year, or maybe the first 2 years, I didn't even know what OPT was, and nobody really talked to me about it till I was about to like graduate, and then one of the professors mentioned it to me, and that is when I realized, wow, so I could work outside school. I just had to have my OPT. If you are watching this, yes, there's something called OPT. You get to work for a year and you work in your field in like different companies outside campus. So the first year I was working on campus as a teaching assistant, sort of. I was helping the teachers with the freshmen who came in, and I was a coach as well, and the pay wasn't good at all. Not paying the name. I mean, it was better than nothing, right? Like, I did not enjoy it. It got to a point it was becoming very tedious. It was taking too much of my time, and I realized I'm doing way more than I'm being paid. I ended up just quitting. After school, I finally processed or applied for my OPT. So that meant I had 1 year, right? I was still on student visa, remember. America, no any experience. If you don't have any experience, nobody wants to hire you. But that's the thing, if you don't hire me, how do I get the experience, bro? I had just gotten out of college and I was looking for a job. It was tough. I looked and looked and looked. Let me talk a little bit about resume. When I was leaving Ghana, I had a resume, but when I came here, I tried like adding on to what I already had, and that was a mistake. Nobody cares about your Ghana resume. Even when I was in college, we were asked to make resumes. I just added on to what I had or what I had from Ghana. I used that resume and I wasn't getting callbacks. I applied to so many jobs and I was very restricted because of the OPT. I was a biology major, so that means I have to find something in the lab or the clinic. So that was hard, especially with healthcare. If you don't have experience, nobody wants to hire you. With my resume, I was looking for a job. I found jobs on Indeed. I was looking at pharmacy technicians, lab assistant positions, and nobody was calling me back. So I just kept applying and applying and applying. I applied to over 50 jobs. CVS, just a baby, and I may apply because I just needed a job. And if you are given the OPT, you are given 3 months to find a job. If you don't find a job in 3 months, they can revoke or take it away from you. My 3 months were almost up. I had gone for a lot of interviews. Omo friend me back. Those who called me back, they did, and I didn't get the job. They wanted somebody with more experience, and apparently I didn't have that. I was even going to hospitals, clinics, please give me a job at this point. Fast forward, I applied on Indeed for this job. It was a call center job, customer service. I was called for an interview. I went for the interview, and guess what? I was told immediately that I got a job. Maybe that was a red flag. I don't know. I was so excited. I called my family. Look, I finally got a job. I need to get ready. My first job in America, like official first job. I'm an employee now, about to make money. This kind of was nothing. But then anyway, fast forward, I started a job in like 3 weeks. They trained us for 2 weeks. And it was nice because training, you know, they pay you while you train you. We had a good time. And it was time to move us to the floor. Okay, that was the scary part. I was super scared, but we all were like scared. Okay, we moved to the floor the Monday, and my first call was horrible. Yeah, in a day you answer like maybe 30 to 40 calls. You speak to 30 to 40 people in a day on the phone. And that job, when you work for like insurance companies, a call center, it doesn't necessarily mean that the people who have purchased the insurance are in that same state. The first call I had, he was cursing me out, calling me out of my name because he was billed wrong and he wanted to come. I mean, my first call, like, oh my god, I'm freaking out at this point. And then he was like, what is your address? So I gave him the company address because it's already public. Like, the company is public, it's online, and the address and everything is on there. So I didn't see the mistake or anything wrong. So me giving him the address because maybe he wants to come to talk to the people there, I don't know. So of course I gave it to him. Later that day my supervisor came in. He was like, you were not supposed to give him the address. I'm like, well, the address is public, it's not like the address isn't public. So if he's asking for, I didn't see anything wrong with it. So he was like, well, you are new, so you were excused, but next time if anybody asks for address, don't give it. I was like, okay, cool, now I know. We live and we learn. Second day was horrible. So when I tell you, this job almost took me out. And the crazy part is that some of the employees, they used to intentionally cut their lines or just disconnect. So they'll sit there the whole day without doing anything. Sometimes you could get like 45 to 50 calls because they will reroute all their calls to us, and they'll just be sitting there having the time of their lives. They were all fired. I got some really nice customers and I got the worst customers. We are told, even if they call you out of your name, even if they curse you out and everything, just stay on the line and listen to them. So usually, like, when they call and everything, I'll just be on the line. Then I come home and I'm crying because I'm so overwhelmed and worn out. If you get 45 calls a day and maybe 20 of them curse you out or call you out of your name, come on. It was so draining mentally, physically. I was losing it. I wasn't myself anymore. So I do not have a choice. I just have to work here. I was losing myself in this job. No job is worth losing yourself over. I was the unhappiest. I was the moodiest. And I'm a very bright person, a very positive person, and I love to work. So I'm like, okay, even if it's hard, I'm still going to keep pushing no matter what. But the amount they were paying me, let me fast forward to the craziest time I had with some of the employees. Some of them just felt they were superior to me simply because I'm African. One time I caught them talking ill about me and they were talking about my accent. And personally, when I go to a job or something, look, I do not make friends. I'm like, let me just do this work and get out of here. So apparently they were like, she's rude. I'm a very quiet person, I don't like. But Obe come here, I gave it to them one by one. And guess what? They were shocked because they thought, oh, Pekasa, she doesn't like to talk, she's a quiet person. So they really tried it. So I reported them to my supervisor. One of my other supervisors, this old man, he was so annoying. He was on my case for nothing. I used to answer 45 calls. In fact, some of the people who were being lazy, they never got reported, they never got caught. I was doing all the work and he kept giving me more work to do. He talked to me like I was nothing. One time he did something, guys, I got so pissed that I just walked right to him. Everybody was so shocked. I walked to him, I told him my peace of mind. Everybody was scared of him, so nobody could talk to him. He got away with so much, and even when he was reported to his superior, nothing was done. And I finished, he couldn't really say anything, and I walked straight to his boss's office. People couldn't even just go to his superior's office because you needed to book an appointment. And I told his superior everything he's been doing and how everybody is scared of him. He's that type that if he reports you, you are fired, and people are trying to keep their jobs. The reason why I even went there was like, that is my last day. I am not doing this anymore. I am out of here. So I gathered that courage and I went to the woman and I just told her everything. And I'm like, you know what? I quit. She knows that I was one of the hard-working ones. People who knew me knew that it wasn't even me anymore. I became mean, moody, gloomy, sad, hurt, just depressed. How are you depressed? Say the other day. I was always drained physically, mentally, and I get it. You're putting their money into the company and you have to treat them good. And in America too, in America, the customer is always right. So even if the customer complains, the customer is right. My customer service job was horrible. It was the nastiest job I've ever done. The pay was horrible. We were used, abused. I just felt abused every time because of how people treated me, how the supervisors treated me, how they treated everybody. The ones I I went with to start work, like with training and stuff, they all left and I was still there. If you are trying to get a resume, I don't know if I should create a separate video on this or not, but if you're trying to create a resume, I have tips on that. If you are going for interview, I have tips on that. If you are applying for jobs, I have tips on that. Maybe I'll do a separate video. Now I have the tips like this. If I'm looking for a job, by God's grace, I get it because God is favoring me to get that job, and I believe that whatever is mine is mine. That job showed me shege, like it taught me. It's like putting pepper in my eye. The reason why I was still there was because of this OPTO. I would have left, but that OPT just held me back. I think I worked there for maybe 7 months. I couldn't do it anymore. My peace, I needed my sanity. I just lost myself in that job. But these are some of the things to expect. Your first job might not be the best job, but as you're in the system and you're getting to know the system, it gets easier. You find the right one. I've said all this, but at the end of the day, I'm still trying to tell you that if you plan on coming here, it's still good out here, you know, especially if you have God. Trust me, it's good out here. But anyway, I'm going to end this video. I've been talking for 21 minutes. I don't even know what I've said, but I love you guys so much, and thank you for the support, constant support. I really appreciate it. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.